I'm currently sitting next to a rice paddy. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Hi, my name's JP. I'm in Pai, Thailand, and I'm traveling the world. Hey Globalites, I'm actually taping this a few days before Christmas because I wanted to check in with you all in a more real-time way. It's probably obvious by now some of the things that I post are really, they've been taped a little while ago, and I have a huge backlog of stuff and I have so much to show you, but I wanted to take some time to talk to you about what this past year has been like as the holidays are rolling up. So if this is your first time watching, hi. I post videos about travel and travel tips. I am currently in Southeast Asia. I spent most of 2015 preparing to go on this big trip and travel full time. I sold everything I owned, and yeah, now I'm here, and it's incredible. So I just wanted to take some time to reflect on 2015 because it was a pivotal year. It was a strange year, but it was a really important year for me. So in 2014, I went to a conference that, for some reason, changed my life. I guess I hadn't been traveling that much. I worked in the nonprofit sector, so I didn't make that much money, and I needed to get out of my comfort zone for a little while without even knowing it. So I went to this conference that required me to travel to someplace new, and I didn't know anybody when I went there, and I ended up making a lot of friends and having the most incredible time. And it wasn't any place exotic, it was in San Antonio, but it was different and it was lovely, and that inspired me to change my life in drastic ways. It's totally fine to go travel for a few weeks or a few months even to a different location, but for me, I had a serious lack of travel in my life, and I needed to eliminate the obstacles that prevented me from doing so. So a few months after that conference, I actually got out of a relationship that was very much oriented around settling down, which really felt confining for me. And while I love my ex a lot and we are great friends now, like, I just couldn't be in that relationship anymore. That was holding me back from travel. Quite frankly, the dog that I loved more than anything in the world was holding me back from travel. And my job was holding me back from travel. Working in the nonprofit sector, it just doesn't pay that much and didn't afford me the time or the money to go do anything, really. And living in the Bay Area was an obstacle. Even though I love the Bay Area, it was just getting too expensive, and I couldn't afford anything besides my base costs on the salary that I was getting. So there was a combination of things holding me back, and I needed to just let go and do something completely new. So shortly after I broke up with my partner, I went to my mom's house to live with her. And at the beginning of 2015, I told her the real plan of me needing to go do this, and she happily accepted my puppy, and that was fantastic. It was such a relief to know that my dog was going to be safe and in a comfortable and familiar home. And then I told my ex, who, even though I'm still friends with, we still have financial obligations to each other, and he was nothing but supportive. And slowly, the more and more people I told, the more and more I felt like I knew I was doing the right thing. The more supportive people were, and the people who didn't really understand, they just told me to just go do it, because YOLO, why not? Why the fuck not? But what was kind of awkward in 2015 is I had to keep this a secret from my job for a little while. All the while having a public YouTube channel, which I started posting videos to about how I was going to go travel. The job never found out about the YouTube channel until after I quit, but keeping a secret that long, especially from a community that you are invested in and you have obligations to, was really, really difficult. And originally I thought, well, what the hell, I'll just tell them 8 months in advance so that they can have time to plan around that and it doesn't become a shock that I'm leaving. And then I thought about job security, and so I held off for another 4 months. And when I told them 4 months out to my travels, then there was awkward conversation about what it would take for me to stay in my job and in the Bay Area. And that brought me to a point where I really needed to question what was more important to me. There were a lot of people telling me that I needed to choose the safe route, to stay in the Bay Area, to keep some kind of security, to maybe take this trip and take an offer, and then if I wanted to stay out here, I'd stay out here and decide not to come back. But if I wanted to come back, I'd have something to come back to. And that was really hard, and I know there's a ton of people who would not pass on the opportunity to have a job and to make money, but ultimately that wasn't going to give me the satisfaction that I was looking for. And quite frankly, I still don't know what I'm looking for, but I needed to have the opportunity to have freedom and to roam and to figure things out for myself and to make something for myself and to not work for somebody. So there wasn't going to be any discussion. I was going to come to Thailand on a one-way ticket, and I was going to travel full time, and that was the end of that. And it was great after that to be able to talk to people about this openly, and it felt like a ton of bricks off of my shoulders. It was really kind of a second coming out for me. So now I've been in northern Thailand for 2 months now. I've been based in Chiang Mai. I've been making day trips here and there, but I really haven't started moving. And I kind of feel like my travels are just beginning. And in the same way, I feel like my YouTube channel is just starting as well. Even though I started the YouTube channel in February of this year, but I have so much to share with you all. And I'm enthralled and scared and joyful about the prospects of 2016 and making it the year that I travel full-time, non-stop. Somehow, some way, we're gonna make it work because I need to have this experience. And if full-time travel for the rest of my life is not a possibility like it is for some people, that's okay. But I need to make 2016 the big year that I am seeing as much as I can see while I have the opportunity to see it. So I really can't wait for you to come along for the ride, and I want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed. I have friends who are watching this who know me in my everyday life, but there are a whole bunch of you who I don't know, who I'm starting to become familiar with based off of the comments that you write and the positive encouragement that you send and the constructive criticism that you give me. And so I want to thank you all. Coming up, I have more to show you from Chiang Mai, Thailand. More of the architecture, more of the food, of the street markets, of all the different little pockets that are really just kind of cool that tourists don't go to. I have so much to show you there. I also have lots of thoughts about travel that I haven't even expressed. It's all in my head, or maybe I've written it down that I want to share with you, and to give you travel tips on how to pack and to deal with less than ideal accommodations. And I want to tackle some issues that some of you have been bringing up. I am gay and I'm traveling kind of solo. Not right now, but I will be when I start moving around. I'm traveling kind of solo, and so there's been a lot of questions about what it's like to be a gay solo traveler in this part of the world, and I want to address that as well as I move along to different countries that have different attitudes towards the LGBT community, talking about meeting other gay people and discovering pockets of gay life, if there is any, because believe it or not, America, there's not a gay bar in every single major city around the world. And maybe it's because it's oppressive, and maybe because it's super accepting. It's very interesting. We'll get to that in a future video. If there's something that you want to hear me talk about or see in my videos, let me know in the comments below. Any kind of travel tips, any attraction that you want to see while I'm in a location, or just to talk about what it's like to be gay on the road. I'm happy to oblige. And yes, there's going to be a healthy backlog of these videos. I'm not going to be posting videos about the place that I'm currently in all the time. So if you follow me on social media, you can stay more up to date as to the locations I'm going to be. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Snapchat. And Snapchat is probably the best way to get a glimpse into the immediate present. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I'm posting videos every single week while I travel around Southeast Asia. And until the next time we meet, get off the couch and go do great things. Bye! Alright, let's try.
Shower.
Oh! I was not expecting that after